Welcome to Just Kick It with Big Bob, where I share my 2 bobs worth with you, whether you like it or not.
Despite the fact that once again Wally is late, not obviously in the Botswanian sense of the terminology, but late for work, and hence I am pushing all the buttons this morning. Time waits for no man, and so on we go, carrying on regardless of the ramifications, with the Crows back on the winners list in a week full, as it was, of recriminations, unsuccessful mistakes, attempted vilification, and the subsequent fallout arising from all of the above. The Crows were able to reverse the unmistakable trend of bad mistakes and managed to string together sufficient good mistakes to get the points from the Blues, who were given a good run from the umpies as it was to be expected. If the Crows can continue to achieve continuity and successful connectivity, stick some tackles and turn the pressure cooker gauge up as they prove they can do on the weekend, then there will be more wins. Where that came from, and the Barrackers will have some spring in their step once again from that point of view. As far as the name-calling issue is concerned, when will players learn that sledging, intentional or unintentional, demonstrates a failure to show sufficient intent to refrain from casting dispersions on players, umpires, and indeed themselves, of whatever heritage or orientation, yes, themselves included? Self-inflicted abuse being not an insignificant sideshow to the main game, which is to win the ball at all costs. It must be said that the umpires are trained to hear and see things that mere mortals, players and Barrackers alike, will never be able to comprehend, not in a month of Sundays. Furthermore, and notwithstanding this issue, the AFL once again demonstrating an uncanny, but at the same time canny, ability to dodge bullets while simultaneously and at the same time jumping at shadows. A case in point being their kangaroo court penalties handled out in relation to the previously mentioned sticks and stones incidents that have resulted in suspensions, fines and game-costing 50-metre penalties. Far be it from me to question the veracity of said cocky-pop verdicts. The question remains, are these penalties as willy-nilly as they appear to be? Is there a scale of measurability along the lines of that applying to wrongly executed tackles, for example? In other words, is there a slur scale, or if you prefer, a vilification scale, say 1 to 10, to facilitate in a measurable and transparent way that the severity of the name-calling that has blighted our game for so long in recent times? And if there is such a scale, it must be made known, and if there isn't, it's high time there was. It is something that is sorely lacking in our game and must be rectified as a matter of urgency so that players, coaches and spectators alike know what they can and cannot say out loud in a public arena in the way of abuse, dispraise, execration or whatever label you like to put on it. It would not be difficult to achieve, and then everyone would know the rules and could choose to abide by them or disregard them at their own peril, as the case may be. For example, on the slur scale, along the lines of the chili scale at your local Vietnamese or Mongolian restaurant, you're a no-good cad and a bounder. Rating 1 chili. Penalty, slap on the wrist. Figuratively speaking, of course. You couldn't kick over a jam tin your mug. Rating 2 chilies. Penalty, a severe finger wagging. Where'd you get your whistle ump? In a raffle? Rating 3 chilies, 50 metres, and so on and so forth, going right up to 10 and beyond. You get the idea. That way everyone is singing on the same page and knows what they can and can't say in any given circumstances. Consideration, of course, being given to premeditation, cold, hot-bloodedness, etc. However, and it's a big but, I'm confident that this suggestion will inevitably fall on deaf ears and the AFL will turn a blind eye, as is true to form, stuck up there in their thick carpeted ivory tower, isolated from the slings and arrows of daily life, faced each and every day by the likes of you and me as we struggle to put bread on the table and slippers on our feet, irregardless of religious creed, chromosomal composition, DNA or indeed IQ. Oh, hello, here he is, Wally, just in time to literally bring this issue to a close. You missed the train, Wally, Never mind, I see you bought me a sausage roll, so all is forgiven. You've been hearing and feeling Big Bob, whether you like it or not. That's my 2 bobs worth, and you don't get much for 2 bob these days. Until next time, a man sees what he wants to see and disregards the rest. Lie, lie, lie.